Welcome back to Movement and Talisa on this sunshiny, beautiful day. Today we're doing a more challenging power flow, so I do recommend that you have a good amount of experience with yoga. We're doing some arm balances. You don't have to be able to do them. You can skip over them or do a modified version of them, as I will be providing modifications. But again, don't feel like in order to do a yoga class, you have to be able to do it. We have to first expose ourselves to more difficult things so that we can eventually get there. So I hope you have fun with it. Let's get started on hands and knees because we're going to have to warm up through the wrists for the weight bearing that we'll be doing. So fingers pointing towards the top of the mat. Really grip with your fingers. Grip so much that your middle knuckles are lifting up, and then we shift forward and pushing with your fingers, come back. Shift forward, push with your fingers to bring yourself back. Let's do 3 more of those. Grip, push forward, and push yourself back with your fingers. Forward, push yourself back. Last one, forward. Hold it here for a moment, and now push yourself back. Claw your hands so your fingers are pointing towards the outside of the mat, and shifting side to side, same thing. Push with your fingers to bring you back to the midline. Push with the fingers, push with the fingers. By doing that, we're making the hands, the wrists, the forearms stronger so that they are better able to balance us in our inversions and our arm balances. Bring your right fingers to point towards the top of the mat, left fingers pointing towards you. Bend the elbow and lift the heel of the palm up. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Turn those fingers around, other hand. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sitting back on our heels, bringing the hands, interlock all 10 fingers, and doing wrist circles both directions. Shake out the hands, and let's work into the shoulders a little bit. Bring the arms up overhead without flaring through the rib cage. So pull the ribs in, pump the arms back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms down by the side. Big shoulder circles, 2 in each direction. You can stay with the bum down or lift them up. We're doing arm circles now. I'm starting with backward circles. Start small and make them bigger and bigger and bigger. And now reverse the direction. Start them small again. Make them bigger and bigger and bigger. Roll out the shoulders again, both directions 2 times. Shake out the arms, shake out the body a little bit here. And let's wake up the core. Come into our tabletop, tuck the toes, and we're hovering the knees while pushing the mat away. So really engaging through the upper body. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull back into our first downward facing dog. Walk it out. Pull your chest through. And then we're coming back to that core awakening tabletop position. So knees are hovering. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull it back. We're going to be doing 1 more of those. Here we go. Lower the knees, not all the way, they're hovering. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull it back. Walk it out. And then just tiptoe the feet to the top of the mat, as many steps as it takes to get there. Feet can be hip distance or a little bit wider. And let's ragdoll. So grabbing for opposite elbows. And we're swaying side to side. Let the head go completely. So shake it yes and no. 2 more rounds of breath. Release the arms. Deep inhale as we round up 1 vertebrae at a time. Gaze comes up last. You can keep your feet hip distance or bring your toes to touch, slight gap between the heels. We're going to warm up with a few rounds of our Sun Salutations. Let's inhale, arms up. You can make this into a little bit of a back bend. Exhale, fold. Try to rip the mat apart with your feet. Generous bend in the knees. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the palms. Step the feet back. Shoulders are over wrists. Everyone that's lower to the knees for this first one. And then lower our chest and then slither through into a cobra. Lengthen through the tail using just the strength of the spine. 2 rounds of breath. Lower your gaze, tuck your toes, push back through tabletop and into our downward facing dog. Adjust the distance of your stance if need be. Push the ground away so we're shrugging our shoulders up by our ears, flexing through the feet to help us straighten through the legs even just a little bit more. On the next inhale, come up on the toes, look between the hands, bend the knees, hop or step, top of the mat, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rounding up. Gaze comes up last, arms up overhead. Exhale, arms down by the side. Again, inhale, arms up. You can make this a back bend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the palms, hop or step the feet back, high plank. Always the option to lower to your knees if you'd like, otherwise chaturanga. Elbows skimming the sides of the body. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 1 round of breath. Next inhale. Look between the hands, come up on the toes, bend the knees, hop or step, top of the mat, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rounding all the way up. Arms come up, exhale. Arms down by the side. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 rounds of breath. Look between the hands, walk the feet halfway up the mat. Bring your feet the width of the mat, toes turned out, and we're sitting down into our malasana, our yogic squat. So if the heels are lifting up, if you need the hands to help support you, that's fine. We're able to get deeper into this with time and practice, not judging ourselves too harshly for where we are in our individual journeys. You can do gentle sways side to side. And if you don't need your hands for support, lift the arms up, bicep by ears. Feel the area between the shoulder blades really engaging. Lower the hands, lift the hips, and lower them down. Now our goal in this is trying to keep the rib cage in contact with the thighs as much as possible. I'm not saying you have to do that, I'm saying that's our goal. So even if we're just thinking about something, Our bodies will get there a little bit quicker than if we're not being as intentional with our movement. Keep lifting and lowering. Two more times. Last one. Now there's the option to stay right here, or if you are playing around or experimenting with arm balances, you might need to bring your feet a little bit wider, and we're going to nuzzle the shoulders underneath the knees as much as possible. From there, plant the palms firmly down so the entire palm is in contact with the mat. Grip through your fingers like we did at the beginning there. Bum is lower down, and we're starting to take the weight out of our feet. Maybe this is as far as you come. Maybe you're just trying to get your knees hooked on your shoulders / triceps. It doesn't matter where you are in the progression. Work with where you are. Enjoy the process. And then if you can maybe get the weight off the feet, that's when you start extending, coming into Tadasana or Firefly pose. You can try to straighten the arms more, bring the bum down more, feet up higher. You can bend the elbows more, making it more horizontal. Lower the bum down. Try to keep the feet up if you can. If they lower down, then you can just pick them back up. Unhook the arms, and we're going to balance here with a seated balancing straddle. So grabbing the heels with the hands, leaning back a little bit to help with our balance. Start to extend through the legs as much as you're able to extend. If you keep a bend in your legs, that's totally fine. Hamstring flexibility is very challenging for many people. But once you extend your legs as much as you can, try to pull your chest through. Focus your gaze on something that is not moving. Notice what your feet are doing. Try to point them, just make them active as well. A lot going on, a lot to focus on, so just do your darndest. If you fall out of it, you have time to get back into it. And then slowly release. Let's cross the right leg over the left. So the left foot is scooched over to the outside of the hip. Taking the left elbow and hooking it behind the right knee. Right hand is behind you, gaze is past the right shoulder. Gentle twist here. Inhale to lengthen out through the crown of the head. Exhale, twist a little bit more. Inhale and exhale. Slowly unravel. Stay where we are. I'm just going to shift a little bit so it's easier to see. We're coming into compass pose. So progress however you need to. We're grabbing the knife edge of the right foot with the left hand and nuzzling our right shoulder underneath the right knee. This is maybe where you stop and play around with being able to nuzzle even more. From here, right arm extends out, and then we start to extend through the right leg. Slowly release. And to switch sides, you can either just switch legs, or if you like to do the fun little spin around with the feet planted, bring your hands to the left, plant them behind you. Feet stay where they are. My feet aren't moving, they're just swiveling. And now my left leg, is on top. Right foot is on the outside of the left hip. Let's start with our twist. Right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Left arm reaches behind. Gaze is past the left shoulder. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and twist. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly unravel. And let's grab the knife edge of the left foot with the right hand, getting set up on the other side. So maybe this is all you can muster. Again, it doesn't matter which step, which stage we're at. Left hand come out to the side if you're still going deeper into it with me, and start to extend through the left leg. Slowly release. Plant the left foot down and let's pop back up into our Malasana. Sitting down, hands coming to prayer if you don't need them for balance. Push out on the knees with the elbows and push in on the elbows with the knees. 2 rounds of breath. Let's release the hands and bring our hands into fists and interlock the knuckles. Place the tops of the hands down in contact with the mat, keeping tight fists. Straighten through the elbows and lower down. We're going to do this a couple times throughout class. Since we are doing some intense weight bearing on the hands, this is a nice recovery for the wrists. Two more times. Slowly release. Plant the hands in front and we're coming into plank pose. Hold for 3 rounds of breath. Lengthen the tailbone, push the ground away. Notice what your hips are doing. We don't want them sagging or piking. Last round of breath. Downward facing dog, starting with the left leg. 3-legged dog, pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Those are controlled pulses, no momentum. Bend through the top leg, open the hips. And then bring your left knee in towards your forehead. Shooting it back, 3-legged dog. Knee to nose. Shoot it back. One more time, knee to nose. From here, we're bringing the weight into the left hand, extending the left leg out to the side. Hold in this lifted leg. If it's too much, you can always lower that leg down. Otherwise, keep it lifted. And now everyone lower the left leg down. We're coming into fallen triangle. So really try to exaggerate this. Lift the hips, the chest. Release that right arm. Bring your gaze down to the mat. Lower the right hand as we slide the left leg in and lower it down, setting up for pigeon. Get cozy, get comfortable. We're staying upright here. We're not relaxing yet, so we're not going to lower down. We're going to play around with mermaid and or king pigeon. Let's everyone start with mermaid. So tucking the back toes, bending through that leg, gaze is past the right shoulder, right hand lifts up. Maybe this is where you stay. That's fine. If you have a strap, you can use that to bring the foot and hand in contact, or maybe you can reach the foot with the hand. If you can do that, pulling the heel in as much as your body wants. And if you want the bind, the toes are hooked into the elbow. Left arm comes up overhead, finding the right fingers. Slowly release. Square everything up just to relax. Engage the core, lengthen through the tail. And that can be a lot for the back, even that one. Option to do another round of mermaid. It's the more gentle version. Or if you want to play around with king pigeon, follow along with my cues. We're tucking through the back foot, lifting it up. Keep the foot flexed. Now the right hand comes up like you're holding a tray. Grab the knife edge of that foot. Your thumb is on top. And now as you circle your elbow away and up. You start to point through that toe. Turn your chest so it's more towards the top of the mat. You can stay right here. We're gonna do 2 rounds of this, so don't force anything extreme on this first one. This is an intense back bend. So I'm just using my right hand right now, holding onto the toes. If you want to sweep that left arm up, and then slowly release. Lengthen through the tail. 2 rounds of breath. So now you're either doing your 3rd round of mermaid, maybe you want to try a 1st round of king pigeon, or maybe you're doing your 2nd round of king pigeon. Whatever you decide to do, maybe you decide you need a child's resting pose, that's fine. But let's get set up. If you're doing king pigeon, flipping the grip, and then maybe you bring that other arm into the mix. Gaze can remain forward, or you can drop the head back. Slowly release. Frame that front knee with the hands, tuck the back toe. Lift everything up. We're keeping our knee towards our chest. 3, 2, 1. Extend that leg back and lower it down. Lower down onto the knees. We're going to take a little wrist break before doing the other side. So again, hands and fists, interlock the knuckles, tops of the hands down, bend and straighten through the elbows. Going for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's walk the hands forward, come into our plank, hold for 3, 2, 1, pull back, downward facing dog, right leg comes up. 3-legged dog, pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend through that top leg, open up through the hips a bit. And then bring your knee to nose. Shoot it back. That's 1, 2, 3. Roll onto your right hand, extend through the right leg. You can lower the foot down if you need, otherwise hold. And now everyone lower, fall in triangle, really exaggerate it. Lift your chest, your hips up towards the ceiling or sky. Look down on the mat, lower the left hand down, slide the right foot in, hold it here, and then lower down into pigeon. And get comfortable, adjust as you need to. Tucking through the back foot, bending through the leg, and getting set up for mermaid. Come to whatever depth suits your body and your needs. And slowly release. Square everything up to the top of your mat, lengthen through the tailbone. Just resetting before our 2nd set. It's the same thing, you can stick with mermaid, otherwise you can explore king pigeon. Flex through the back foot, grab the foot from the outside, point the toe as the elbow moves away and up towards the ceiling or sky. You can stay right here and keep this first one gentle. Right arm can come up if you'd like. And release. Reset, 2 rounds of breath. Here we go again for our 3rd set, doing whatever pose you want to do. Taking it slow. If you're doing king pigeon, you can get both arms into the mix and maybe even drop the head back. and slowly release. Framing that front knee, tuck the back toes, that leg down, lift everything up, hold the knee here for 3, 2, 1. Three-legged dog. And lower. We're going to do one more arm balance challenge. Sit down in our malasana. So there's an option to just hang out here. We're going to play around with one more arm balance before we start cooling down. It's going to be flying crow, so you can watch and maybe learn if you haven't seen it before, or if you're familiar with it and you want to explore it or just get right into it and block out my ramblings, then go ahead. If you're playing around with it, we're coming to standing and coming into a standing figure 4. I'm starting with my right leg. From here, we sit down into it. Hook the shin as high up towards the armpits as you can. Find something that's comfortable and then start to bring the weight into the hands. See if you can pick up that bottom foot. Maybe you just stay here, or maybe you can then start extending through the back leg. Whew, that's hard. Maybe you can lift the back leg a little bit higher than I can today. And then reverse, coming out of it. Use your balance to stand. And let's switch sides. Figure 4 with the left leg. Sit down into it. Hook the arms on the shin. Plant the palms. Play around with it so you can find something that works. And then maybe you can pick up that bottom leg. And then maybe even extend it. Not really working for me today. Reverse coming out of it. And all the way up. Let's come to more towards the top of the mat and just sit down onto our bum. We'll do a little bit of core with boat pose. So many options with boat pose. Hands can be down, feet can stay in contact with the mat. Just think of pulling your chest forward. Make it more difficult and more difficult still. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now slowly, even if the legs are bent, see how slowly you can lower all the way down onto your mat. Let everything relax. Bend through the legs. We'll come into a happy baby. Lengthen the tailbone, bring the knees in towards the chest to start. Flex through the feet. You can grab the inside or the outside, personal preference. And pulling down on the feet, bringing the knees closer down towards the mat. Eyes can be closed. Starting to relax everything in the body as much as you can. And chin is slightly tucked towards the chest, trying to get as many vertebrae in contact with the mat as possible. Release the feet with the hands and extend the feet straight up towards the ceiling or sky. Start to bend through the legs, bringing your knees in towards your chest again. And then wrapping the arms around the legs, reaching for opposite elbows. Feet are side by side rather than being crossed. Big belly breaths. Release your knees and settling into our final Savasana. Maybe that's legs extended. If that's too much on your lower back, keep your legs bent. Either one, bring your feet the width of the mat. If your legs are bent, let your knees fall in towards one another. And completely surrender yourself to your mat. You've put in the hard work, Now this is where we truly reap the rewards. Focusing on our breath or the sounds around us. If your mind has wandered, you have another opportunity to bring it back to your breath. Start to bring some movement into your hands and your feet, your legs and your arms. We're going to extend through the legs, reach the arms up overhead, taking a big good morning stretch. Deep inhale. Strong exhale. Gently push yourself into a fetal position. Eyes can stay closed. Savasana is also known as corpse pose. So now from this fetal position, consider this our rebirth. We get to start new and afresh. Let's push ourselves up into a comfortable seated position. Eyes can stay closed, or you can gently flutter them open, looking down at the mat or ground 2 or 3 feet in front of you. Rest the hands on the knees, palms facing up, pointer fingers and thumbs gently touch. We're taking 3 rounds of deep breaths together. Inhale through the nose. Full lungs at the top, and exhale audibly through the mouth. Let everything go. Again, inhale. Lungs are full. Push everything out. Last round. At the top, take in one more sip of air. Bringing the hands through to heart center, pushing the thumbs against your chest, feeling your heart beating. Taking a moment of gratitude for these bodies of ours, these modes of transportation for a short time on this earth. Being grateful for the experiences we get, both good and bad. And in closing, we say, Namaste.